5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sir, unconventional and innovative entrepreneurs.
Whoa, looks like someone left the gate open at the Weirdo farm.
We like design video games and stuff.
I'm Ronald Crump, the wealthiest man in America. Almost. I don't care about video games, but I do want to be dazzled by your unconventional and innovative thinking.
Yeah, whatever.
Entrepreneurs, have a seat.
I think we'll stand.
All right. I own a company called All the Fairy Tales in the World Incorporated, but the company's not making a profit. And I don't believe in companies that don't make a profit. So I want you to make this company profitable by spicing up these fairy tales. You want to turn fairy tales into frump tales. Miss Philpott, the boys. Say, do you entrepreneurs know of a famous writer we can copy? And don't say Shakespeare. We already tried him.
Who's the guy who wrote all those cool horror stories? You know, with the talking bird?
Talking bird?
Yeah, this guy's sitting around feeling sorry for himself. This bird gets in his house, says nevermore, and he kind of freaks out about it.
That would be Edgar Allan Poe.
Great, get him in here.
But, sir, that's impossible. He's been dead for almost 160 years.
That figures. Do you entrepreneurs think that you can make this fairy tale into a horror story? Oh, what I'm saying is, you guys are a horror story.
Yeah, whatever.
Sounded easy for you. Page 10. Cinderella. Should be a piece of cake. Think Eddie Albert Poe. Now all I want is a story I can sell. So why don't you read it over, find out what happens, as long as you have it done in the next 5 seconds.
Okay, I like the stepmother and the stepsisters, so why don't you three stand over there and look ugly?
The prince is having a big party tonight, and I want you two to go. For one thing, he's looking for a bride, and you two are not getting any younger. And for another, there's an epidemic of bubonic plague, and if we're at the castle, we won't get sick.
Why won't we get sick?
I don't know. Don't ask stupid questions.
How am I supposed to get a husband with
Her hanging around.
And what's wrong with me?
Well, how to put it delicately? You're ugly.
I'm not as ugly as you are.
Are so.
Am not.
Are so.
Am not. Mama, am I as ugly as her?
Now, girls, you're both ugly. That's because you take after your father. I'm the pretty one in the family.
How are we supposed to get husbands if we're so ugly?
This is a costume ball. You impress the prince with your grace and elegance. Hopefully he's nearsighted and fails to notice you have no grace and elegance.
That is a good plan, Mama, but what about you-know-who?
You know who?
The stepsister, she sits by the fire and feels sorry for herself.
Oh, her. That child is so weird.
I'm like totally depressed. You mean the rock group?
Rock group. The Grateful Dead is a rock group.
I'm just thinking about the dead. How grateful they are.
She is so weird.
Never mind. Your stepsisters are going to a party at the castle. You're going to stay home and sweep the floors, do the dishes, and take out the garbage.
I don't care.
I'm going to marry the prince.
I'm going to marry the prince.
Now, girls, only one of you can marry the prince.
One thing's for sure, she won't marry the prince.
I wouldn't want to marry the prince unless he had some really cool body piercing and rode a Harley. That'd be cool.
Never mind. Party. Don't wait.
Wish I had someplace cool to go, like Antarctica.
Cinderella, she's supposed to be a pretty young girl. You've turned her into a juvenile delinquent. She's lazy and rude and ungrateful. You ruined her.
I kind of like her like that. Great, so what happens at the party?
Well, everyone is dancing and having a good time. I need to meet a lovely young maiden to be my princess.
Hello there. Want to dance?
No, thank you.
Please dance with me. I'm as likely as her.
R2.
Are not.
R2.
Are not.
Now, girls, that's no way to behave in front of the prince. You are the prince, aren't you?
Oh, there's the girl I want.
What's she doing here?
Mother made her go home. That child, I can't believe she came to a costume ball wearing her school clothes.
I love your costume.
What costume?
I love your sense of humor.
What sense of humor?
Will you dance with me?
Do you realize you're wearing a cheap Halloween mask?
Is this better?
Not really.
I from the Red Death.
I like the Red Death.
It's worse. The Red Death is kind of a code for bubonic plague, which is ravaging its way through Europe, killing people by the thousands, turning their flesh into large, disgusting pustules of infection. Death usually occurs within a day.
That's disgusting! How could you ruin a beautiful children's story like that?
Sounds cool to me.
Me too.
The revelers think the same, but as the festivities reach their zenith, a mysterious guest enters the banquet hall. The Red Death. You thought you could escape me, you foolish people, but you were wrong, and I'm here to take my vengeance.
I think he's kind of cute.
I am the Red Death. I am feared and loathed and all kinds of other stuff, and I am here to kill you all.
Okay. Now what?
Well, Cinderella's tied to the floor of a deep pit, and a mysterious pendulum begins swinging back and forth. And at the end of the pendulum is a razor-sharp blade, and with each swing, the pendulum inches closer to Cinderella's heart.
This is cool.
And then a mysterious black cat appears, and a raven shows up,
Nevermore, nevermore.
and a gorilla from the side from your room orc starts killing people.
So now I get to be a gorilla, huh? She gets to be a cat, she gets to be a bird, and I get to be a gorilla?
So you're uglier than me.
Then Cinderella is buried alive.
Wait a minute. I don't mind the blade thing, but I have to have claustrophobia, and there's no way you're like burying me alive.
Well, the devil rings the bell in the belfry, and a terrible storm almost sinks the ship, and El Toto hurts her feet, and the hot smasher falls.
Okay, now I've heard enough.
Well, what do you think?
It's a mess. You're all fired. Get out of here.
I think we might have another video game.
Cinderella's Red Death.
That is so fetch!
Stop trying to make fetch happen.
I like these logical words. They're
Disgusting, grotesque, salacious.
intelligent. I need someone that's made it on their own. I need someone that knows something about profit margins, stocks, and contracts. What's the most successful business out there?
That would be Barbucks Coffee, sir. They're in every city in America, and they're run by a woman named Melanie Toon.
That's redundant.